What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. It is Wednesday, and you know what that means? It's Historic Wednesday, and we are obviously going to do some Historic in Best of 3 because, or traditional, however you like to say it, but that is the proper way to play Magic the Gathering. My name's Lee Largo, in case you haven't guessed, and we're going to be looking at a deck that I've been playing with for some time now, ever since the remastered Aether, what is it called? Kaladesh, I'm sorry. Almost called it Aether Revolt. Kaladesh Remastered came out. And that is Abzan +1 tokens on creatures, because there is a number of cards that are just amazing when it comes to adding +1 counters on top of a bunch of new cards and a new Kaldheim enchantment / saga that we'll be playing with as well. So let me go ahead and just show you the deck, show you the sideboard, make some mandatory YouTube statements, and then we'll get into some gameplay. So of course, gotta have 4 copies of Fatal Push and a deck low to the ground like this. Just one of the best cheap removal spells for mono black. 2 copies of Blossoming Defense, just a easy way to give something hexproof and a buff on top of that. 4 copies of Luminarch Aspirant. Don't really need to explain much of this. This card is amazing. 2 copies of Heroic Intervention. So I initially had 4 copies of Blossoming Defense, but I was starting to realize that really the big problem was running into too much board wipe. So I dropped 2 and added in 2 Heroic Intervention. Initially, Heroic Intervention was in the sideboard, but I've opted to put it into the main deck as well, because it is on its own just a really good card. On top of it being very good, like in specific matchups, it's virtually good in anything, so I figured it was good enough to have 2 in. Then 4 copies of Winding Constrictor. I mean, those of you who played during the Kaladesh know exactly how problematic this card can be. And then you pair that with everything else we're about to go through, just makes this card a force. Right on cue is Conclave Mentor. It's basically like Winding Constrictor, just in different colors, but the plus side is when Conclave Mentor dies, you gain life equal to its power, so if you've buffed up the Mentor, you gain X amount of life. Or, worst case scenario, you gain 2. Rishkar, probably one of the best cards when it comes to this type of a deck. I mean, in general, any card that comes in and puts +1 counters on up to 2 target creatures is good, including itself. And then also each creature you control with a counter on it has a tap at green, but we really don't use that too much in this deck. So Rishkar is really good. One of the newer cards, Grak Maul. This is probably one of my favorite cards in this color scheme when it comes to the type of deck that we're playing. I mean, really this card is good on its own. Just a 3/3 for 3 that can also replace itself. Awesome. But you always want to pair it with some form of +1 counter. So obviously it comes in with 3 +1 counters, and then when it dies, you make you create a XX black-green Hydra creature token where X is the number of +1 counters on it. And then also, whenever another creature control dies, if it had a +1 counter on it, you put a +1 counter on Grak Maul. So makes itself bigger on top of all the other ways we have to put counters on other creatures. 4 copies of Maelstrom Pulse. This is a great hard removal. Sorcery speed, but with 3 mana, that's not too bad. And of course, if you're against one of those decks that has multiple copies of the same creature out on the battlefield, Maelstrom Pulse will take care of all of them. And then one of the new cards from Kaldheim, Fall of the Imposter. I really like this card. 3 mana. The first 2 counters, you put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature, and then the third is a removal. Exile a creature with the greatest power among creatures target opponent controls. So, very good, and it's only an uncommon. So a lot of these sagas are really powerful, especially for only being uncommons. Then we have 2 copies of Vertibus Gearhulk. I wanted to run 3, but it being 5 mana, and we're usually running pretty low to the ground, I figured 2 is okay to work with right now. And as for the lands, it's kind of all over the place. Just 2 copies of each basic. 2 copies of the white-black flip land, 3 Godless Shrines, 2 copies of the green-black flip land, 3 copies of Overgrown Tomb, and then 2 and 2 of the Temple Gardens, and then 4 Triomes. Now, the reason why I'm running 4 is because I only have 2 Temple Gardens, and I do have a play set of all the other dual lands, but I was having a lot of trouble with the color, like getting the right color schemes out on board. So I was like, okay, instead of running Fabled Passage, let's run the Triomes instead. So far, it's been working okay. Sideboard, 3 copies of Thoughtseize, you know, control matchup. Grafdigger's Cage, as well as Weathered Runestone for any kind of graveyard / library shenanigans. Grafdigger's handles creatures and spells. Weathered Runestone and Grafdigger's Cage are basically the same thing, but the Weathered Runestone goes a step further. For 1 extra mana, it's non-land permanents instead of creature cards. So this hits like planeswalkers and all that stuff if they use like an ultimatum spell or whatever. 3 copies of Heartless Act, just a way to kind of sub out the Fatal Pushes for some more hard removal. 2 copies of Scavenging Ooze, just, you know, if we're against a heavy creature deck, we can sub in 2 Scavenging Ooze and start grabbing creatures out of graveyards that way. 3 copies of Witch's Vengeance, in case we're up against elves or goblins or whatever, for, you know, tribal decks. 2 copies of Elspeth Conquers Death. I mean, couldn't really think of a better way to put another better removal spell in white that gives us a lot of return on our mana investment. And then 2 copies of Carnage Tyrant to deal with, you know, again, heavy removal or heavy removal / counter. Carnage Tyrant, incredibly difficult to deal with. So with that, let's get into some games. Before we do, of course, if you're new to the channel, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're not subscribed, I really do hope today is the day that you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, comment, all that good YouTube stuff. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's play some games. All right, we'll play first. No thanks. All right, not much better, but I'll take it. Let's see, do we want protection or do we want 2 removals? Do we get any? Oh, whoops. So, let's see. They've taken 1, so we'll keep this. I'll keep the 2 removals. I will keep the 2 removals. Okay, start with a trio. So at least we can start out with a Winding Constrictor. We're really nothing really makes me cringe more than seeing Rakdos colors on turn 1. Ooh. Okay. Cool. Well, might as well get the threats out there quick. No doubt that they're probably running Fatal Push or something. Chromatic Lantern. Okay. And a cycle. Interesting. Alright, well, I mean, we have lethal, so they would need to come up with a board wipe. Well, that sucks. Not really. I mean, we have Heroic Intervention, so that's fine. Yeah. in that sense, Heroic Intervention was quite useful there. Okay, so it looks like we're against 5-color Planeswalkers, so that's interesting. I'm actually going to drop the Fatal Pushes, bring in a 3 Thoughtseizes. I'm probably going to drop the Gearhulks for the Carnage Tyrants. Maybe I would like to get Elspeth Conquers Death. I could fit 1. Let's drop 1 Fall of the Imposter and get 2 Elspeth Conquers Death in here. I think we're good. Alright, this is another hand I will definitely keep. Playing against a Hunted Ghoul, by the way. So, first things first, Temple. So we have 2 Fall of the Imposters. Cycle. Interesting. Okay. Plenty of mana. So let's do Luminarch Aspirant. So I'm gonna go Rishkar maybe? Ah, okay. That's cool. Alright, let's do Winding Constrictor. We'll do a plain Seiko. I'm gonna drop the Branchcroft. Yep, that's fine. Play this as a forest. Play this as play this here. Attack for 4. They'll definitely block. That's fine. Yep. So we have Blossoming Defense if they have if they have targeted removal. Ooh. Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I'll just do that. Play Rishkar for some laughs. Attack for 8. If I had drawn like a so unfortunately this is only a creature. It's not like, oh hell. Alright. Well, we can Blossoming Defense. Yep. Can we win here? I think we can win here. So 4-12. Alright, let's do this. So close. So close. I hope they don't have a board wipe. I think I overextended. Yeah. As soon as I drop the, okay. Alright, so we will play first. That's a no lander. That's a lot of lander. Well, did we go to 5? It's hard with 2 trio. I mean, we have so much mana. I don't like it, but I'll keep 1 basic. Why not? I would have traded this for like anything really. Even a Conclave Mentor. Some kind of threat to put on the board. Watch, this is going to be the game where we're up against... At least we could cycle. Well, that's good, right? Alright, so it looks like we're against Esper. Wow, this is awful. Yeah, the odds of us actually like resolving anything at this point are like slim to none. Never-ending lands. Hey, creature. I'll pay 2. I wasn't going to. Then I was like, you know what? I have Heroic Intervention. Why not? No, I'm gonna make you waste more of your removal. Oh, okay. Man, this card was... Oh my god! This is so stupid. Back before... I remember Elite Guard Mage was just... was used so much in Standard. Alright, what you got? Another Guard Mage. Okay. Sure. Rishkar! Buddy! Swing 8. Alright, the fact that they're blocking makes me wonder. Because if they had a board wipe, why wouldn't they just take the 8? They'd be at 14. If they're playing control, I mean, that's not terrible. That is one thing I'm missing is these check lands. I think I have like one Sun Petal Grove. Hostage Taker. That's lame. Alright, well, you pick which one you get to exile. Oh, wait. Oh, I guess I get to choose. Alright, take that. Go away. Give me my Conclave Mentor back. Here, yeah, we'll do Grakmaw. We'll attempt to do Grakmaw. They probably have like Essence Scatter, don't they? That's why they left 2 mana open. Alright, attempt to swing 4. That's not cool. Interesting. I say they're like reading Grakmaw. They're like, what the hell does this do? Ah! This card is so lame. Sure, you have your 3/3. Pulse, huh? Yeah, that would have been useful a while ago. Like I don't even know what I want to use it on. There's really no good target, I mean... do I just take this? I mean... Yeah. Alright, so this is Esper Pile of Crap. That's what this is. Okay. Well, gee, that was like the antithesis. That was like the anti version of what this deck is supposed to do. So now, all right. So they run 4 drop creatures. So I'm not too worried about that. About Fatal Push. Thoughtseize comes in. Girl comes out. Tyrant comes in. Do I want Heartless Act for their very annoying creatures? I don't think so. I think I'd rather have Elspeth Conquers Death, to be honest. I want another one. Yeah. Fall on the Imposter is pretty good, but... Well, I mean, it is good in this deck, but it's like I don't want to take anything else out. So, right on cue. So we got 2 lands and nothing to show for it. Other 2 lands with still nothing to show for it. And we're going to be relying heavily on a top deck. Okay. We really need a black mana. That's all we need to make this hand work. And we don't get it. How pathetic. I mean, I just absolutely detest going to 5. Sure. Take a look. Hey, well, we got a black mana. Sure. So create a 1/1 human token. Alright, that's fine. I kind of wanted to play Conclave Mentor, but I'm like, it's a little slow. That's fine. Take 2. Are they going to play a multicolored spell? Not yet. I guess now they are. Makes sense. Ah, they bounced it. Alright. Do Conclave Mentor instead. Ugh. Aggravating, to say the least. Alright, get that out. Our opponent's mana screwed, and we are still managing to be behind. To lose. Still managing to lose. Oh, that's it. Game's over. Another hero. Alright, let's Thought Season. Ugh. That's how I feel about that one. I mean, I guess I'll take a hostage taker. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna lose this one because they're inevitably gonna draw their. Oh, Maelstrom Pulse just becomes that much better. No land. No. Oh, I hate you. Oh my god, of course we're gonna draw all of our lands. Oh, so annoying. Yep, there it goes. That's game over. So I'm not even gonna bother. Okay, we will play first. Oh, Arena, never change. Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to keep this. Like I said, I really hate mulling to 5, especially in decks like this, because like when you mulligan to 5, you're really betting on your opening 5 being full of action, because you miss like one turn, you know, like if like one turn is squandered, you're so behind at that point. And I honestly don't even really like this hand that much, but I don't even know what to put back. I guess Heroic? Just gotta pray we're not playing against something with a lot of removal. Why? Oh, I would have like preferred to play against goblins. Yes, you heard that right. I would have rather have played against goblins. God. This is like the worst thing we could have gone against with this deck. I'm just waiting for the shock. There's no way they don't have it. Come on, man. Don't make me wait. Don't give me false hope here. I'm not blocking. Ooh, Maelstrom Pulse becomes pretty good. Alright, play that as a forest. 2. We're actually going to get a Verdos Gear Hulk out, which is pretty nuts. Interesting. Okay. Man, how is their hand like that dead? Let's see. Doesn't really matter, I guess. Boom! 8/8 trample. My kinda creature. Watch, they're gonna have like the perfect draw. No, okay, let it sit. I mean, it's mono red. I mean, oh, I was like, sure, I'll take it. Wow. All right. So we'll go Rishkar. Boom, boom. Luminarch. Boom. Attack for 9. Alright, I think we're in the clear here. I mean, I don't want to speak too soon, but... Alright. Fair enough. It's burn that's not going at my face. That's a red, that's a problem. Not really, though. Yep. Because the good thing about fall is it's exiled. Burning Tree Emissary, sure. They have to deal 16 damage, and I'm praying they don't have a way to do it. Okay. Sure. Oh, you didn't let me do it? Come on. Alright, so mono red, we were able to escape that. Do we... Gearhulk is just... You can just make Gearhulk so massive is that I don't think we really need to worry about much of anything with Gearhulk. Carnage Tyrant's good, but being able to get a massive 8/8 Gearhulk, it would require a lot of resources to kill it. Anyway, I think I'm actually good like this, to be honest. I could put in Heartless Act, but as you saw, Maelstrom Pulse can be really good if they, because these type of decks, they have a lot of the same creatures. So sure. Okay. A mountain turn 1 with no play is almost like them starting tapped, so I don't mind starting tapped. Okay, that pisses me off. Because now I have to waste time just killing it. Instead of playing a creature. So that irritates me. That's like probably one of the #1 most hated cards for me in mono red. Claim the Firstborn. Well, we're certainly not going to give them a reason to take anything. Who knows how many other Claim the Firstborns they have, but... Alright, so with that being said, let's do this. Let's go boom, let's do Conclave Mentor. They probably have the shock to deal with it, or Lightning Strike, or whatever 500 million mono red burn spells there are. Heck, they probably have Strike in. Really? Okay. I was expecting more out of you, opponent. Ugh, of course. That's fine. I'll take the 4. So that's 2 Claim the Firstborns. Sure, it's fine with me. Oh, we just need 1 more land. One more land, and we get the big dog. Okay. Hey, burn, that's not coming at my face. Totally cool with it. Oh, we only have 1 forest. Aggravating. I haven't dealt 1 point of damage to this person the entire time. Just need a forest. And here's the shock. Yep. Wonderful. Just better not be how I lose. Yeah, so irritating. It's the problem with this deck. It's just the massive amount of dependence on mana. Alright, if they have Embercleave, we take 10. Alright, they don't. Oh, thank God. I'm so annoyed right now that I only have one frickin' forest. Oh, yeah. Oh, ask and you shall receive. Oh, man. Okay. And we got Blossoming Defense up. Whew. Alright. We're about to have even more green. So now we just got to play the waiting game at this point. Because whatever they end up playing... Alright, has a red, sure. That's kind of annoying, sure. This could be it. They could have a lightning strike. If they have a lightning strike, I'm dead. I guess we should put Scavenging Ooze in here. Yep. Alright, we're going to put Skoos in. That was pretty absurd, though. To be perfectly honest, that was pretty stupid. Like, as long as I went without drawing any kind of mana. So Skoos, we'll take out... I don't want to take out the Constrictor because it's a 3 toughness, so we'll take out 2 Mentors for 2 Skooses. I almost want to shock in, but I'm not going to. Alright. Play that tapped. Okay. Alright. Cool, cool. So I'm putting these out first because I want them to start having to seriously think about burning their lightning strikes. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's do Constrictor, Luminarch Aspirant, attack 5/6. Then we can do Rishkar next turn. If we draw an untapped land, we could be in the clear. If not, we'll play Rishkar. I have 4 mana. I hate Soul Scar Mage in this situation because of the -1 counters. Just have to survive 1 turn. That's all you need to do. Survive 1 turn. Come on, come on. Fine. Alright, we'll do Rishkar, just because we can get more bodies on the field. How much much is this again? 2? Yeah, 2. All right. Chain Whirler. Nice. So they probably have a lightning strike. I would imagine. God. Wow. All right. Do we dare? YOLO. I feel like they would have killed it. I feel like they would have killed something. Alright. It's like, don't have a lightning strike. Don't be the 4D chess player. Alright. Oh, man. Nothing more stressful than Soulscar Mage. That is the real MVP for Mono Red against this deck. Always such a stress playing against Mono Red. Alright, well, I think we got enough gameplay here. These games are relatively quick. Yeah, only thing I can see doing here right now is maybe adding an extra Scavenging Ooze, taking out maybe a Heartless Act or something. I don't know. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me know if you're playing something similar, if you have any ideas, suggestions, all that good stuff. Leave them in the comment section and I will take a look. Until next time, I will see you all later.